What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to have a short and sweet video today going over the All-Star games because we had a pretty dang good weekend so far with all the All-Star events, and I'll show you some of these slips here in just a minute about what we ran. But the first thing I want to do is say that if this video gets 250 likes, I will be selecting a random comment from the comments to win a free month of our VIP. So make sure you guys are leaving a like and a comment on this video. The last video I posted for the Rising Stars came nowhere close to the 250 likes, which is very unusual. So if you guys didn't like the video, that's fine. It had plenty of views, so it should have hit the like threshold. But I'm trying for these All-Star events to give you guys some content. It's very hard to research these. It's very hard to give good slips. But if once again 250 likes, and I'll pick a winner. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pick a winner from the last video out of the kindness of my heart, even though we only hit, I think we barely hit 200 likes. But I'm still going to pick a winner because I'm just feeling nice. But let's go ahead and pick our winner from the last video. And Leonard, happy Friday. You just won a free month of VIP. Send me a message on Discord, and I'll get you added for another free month, and because I know you've won quite a few times now, so congrats. But anyways, let's take a look at some of our wins from the weekend, because it has been an incredibly green weekend for the three-point contest and the Rising Stars. So let's take a look at the Rising Stars. I had Reed Shepard, Jalen Tyson, and Boozelis on a slip. Cashed $50 for 300. That was a nice little, and I only put a fifth of a unit on this one. I'm playing a half of a unit on everything else. Since this was such a risky slip, $50 is all I put on it. We won $300. Reed Shepard with VJ Edgecombe. That one cashed $125 to win $375. This is from our ladder challenge. If you guys did not know, on our Instagram, I am doing a ladder challenge from $25 to $10K. I am also dropping the slips in our Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, it's free. Click the Discord link in the description to join. Go follow me on Instagram. Follow this ladder challenge. So far, we've cashed 3 days. We've turned $25 into $52. At $10K, we will stop. And this was yesterday's line was SJU minus 342. All right, Con Knuppel, Dame from our from the three-point contest last night cashed 125, paid 225. Now they had a free square or a discounted line, I mean, for Con at 20.5 round 1 points. I played that as well. I don't have the screenshot. I forgot to put the screenshot on here, but I put $150 on that one because I maxed out the boost. And it was Con with Dame again. It was 150 to win like 315 or something like that. It may not be the exact number, but very similar to that. So that cash as well, actually doubled down on this one. Had Villanova money line the other day, or -3, I mean, cashed. PJ Washington, Grant, and Collier cashed. This is from last night. We had the basketball All-Star Shooting Stars contest. We had Team Knicks to win. We said this one is very risky. 250 pays $581. I put this on the bet tracker. This one cashed. So we cashed out about $340 profit. This is from yesterday as well. Bobby Portis under, Booker over, and then Dame over on the three-point contest. $100 paid $224. Had Nebraska minus 13.5 on college basketball that cashed. Jeremy Fears from college basketball with the Drewski round 1 three-point contest cashed. And then a nice little 5-man college basketball slate from last night for a 4.6x boosted play that cashed. So we have been crushing these player props. It completely unreal weekend compared to what I expected. I kind of expected to donate some money. I'm not going to lie. I was looking at these and I'm like, man, I'm trying to give good reads, but you know how it goes. I kind of expected to lose some money this weekend, but it has been incredible, and I'm super thankful for that. The bet tracker, we're up $624 on the month on the money lines. The last 2 days have been very good for me. Bet tracker yesterday, all I ran was SJU money line, and I put the Knicks Shooting Stars winner. So that was literally the only 2 slips that I personally played. This one, it was on Prizepicks, but it was on the prediction side of things, which I'll show that, or I just closed it out. No, I didn't. There it is. So it was on Prizepicks, but it was on the prediction side, so I did add it as a sportsbook bet. I don't know if it would really be considered a sportsbook bet. I'm saying it is. I'm going to leave it on the bet tracker, but that's what I put on there. And all I played was that and then the SJU money line yesterday. So that's what we had, guys, over the weekend. Let's go ahead and talk about today's, because today's is going to be a little bit difficult. But with the way the weekend's been going, I'm going to trust my gut, and I'm going to trust that the plays are going to be good. So right now, we have the All-Star games. So the way this works, you have All-Star Game 1. You have the World versus Stars. You have All-Star Game 2, the winner of Game 1 versus Stripes. Game 3 is the loser of Game 1 versus Stripes. And then you have the championship. So let's take a look at these teams, because these are the 3 teams we have. USA Stars, Scotty Barnes, Devin Booker, Cade Cunningham, Duran, Ant-Man, Holmgren, Jalen Johnson, and Maxey. Pretty dang good team. USA Stripes, Brown, Jalen Brunson, Durant, Ingram, LeBron, Kawhi, Donovan Mitchell, and Norman Powell. Another pretty dang good team. Then you look at Team World. Giannis, Avdija, Doncic, Jokic, Jamal Murray, Sengun, Siakam, Towns, and Wembanyama. This team is stacked compared to the other teams. Now, we do have to understand that I'm not sure how, like, some of these players obviously aren't playing and they're not going to be on here. You can come over here to points and you can see a lot of these players aren't on here. So team's not quite as stacked as it could be. Like, I don't think Doncic or Giannis is playing, and don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% if that's even true, but I'm just saying I don't think that they are. But other than that, this team's still stacked. Team's still stacked. Team World should win it all, in my personal opinion. I think it's going to be competitive. Yeah, I think it'll be competitive. I think one of these two teams can keep it competitive. But I do think Team World does win Game 1. Now let's talk about the rules of these games. So All-Star games have been swapped around a little bit. So these teams play in a round robin. So USA Stars and Stripes are going to play each other. World's going to play both of these teams. Like, it's just a round robin. This team versus this team. This team versus this team. This team versus this team. There's going to be 3 games and then a championship between the winners. But anyways, these teams do get paid. The winners will receive $125,000 for each member. The runner-up team gets $50,000. So they're going to have some incentive to play. And each game is only 12 minutes. So they're going to play a 12-minute quarter. Whoever's winning in the quarter is going to be the one who wins the game. So it's slightly different. In 12 minutes, it makes it very hard to try to pick players. Now, there is one play on this slate that I think is very, very high of a line and I think is going to get bumped down. And that is going to be four-man Wembanyama. Wembanyama's point line is 10.5 points, and they're playing one quarter, and he's playing on a team that is stacked. Like, we can type in World here, and you can see his team. So I just wanted points, but Sengun, Avdija, Jamal Murray, Cat, Jokic, Norman Powell's on here. Was Norman Powell not on the Stripes team? Okay. Anyways, I don't know. This is for Yahoo Sports. I know this could be slightly inaccurate on the exact teams, but you see Norman Powell's supposedly on this list according to Prizepicks. He's on Team World. But anyway, Norman Powell, Siakam, and Wemby. So a lot of mouths to feed, a lot of players that'll take a lot of shots. Jokic will take a lot of shots. Jamal Murray can take up a lot of shot usage. Norman Powell as well. Siakam. Wemby still... That line could be sweaty at 10.5 points. We know how Wembanyama is, and especially in games like this, like some of these games he just likes to turn up for. So maybe he comes out here and drops 30 points in 12 minutes. It can happen. Specifically in the All-Star games, you get some very, very high-scoring games in the history of the All-Stars games. You have like some 4 quarters, they play like 170 to 160 or something. They don't play very much defense. It's more like they just kind of take it lazy. And that's what these... why these games have been changed. They're trying to make it more competitive. So winners get $125K apiece, $50K for the runner-up team. I think these teams are going to try. So I think there's actually going to be some defense played. So Wemby at 10.5 points, I think it's just a lot, man, in 12 minutes. I really do. I think it's a lot of points, and it's going to be fast-paced. He might drop 15 points or something. It really could happen. But I ran his under. So I took Wemby under, and then there was 2 other players I like. And like I said, guys, this video is going to be very short and sweet. There's not going to be a whole lot I can look, because I can only make plays for Game 1. This is Game 1. This is the only one we could play because you don't know who the Game 1 winner is or the Game 1 loser is to make the next two games. So this is all we can get. So we got 12 minutes of basketball here to make some plays. Now, there's some assist props I like. I did like Siakam for 0.5 assists. Something tells me Siakam's not going to be the lead scorer for Team Worlds. I'm looking at Jokic. Wemby's probably going to drop some points. But I do think that 0.5 assists is definitely possible for a man Pascal. So I do think that's a decent line to play. And then for points for Team Stripes, I'm looking at Cade Cunningham for 4 points. And then I'm looking at Ant-Man for 6 points. Those are legitimately, I think you can get Ant-Man at 4.5 is what I played him at. But those are legitimately the plays that I'm looking at. And Wemby just happens to be, for me, the staple of the two plays. So I'm going to show you guys the 2 slips I ran. This was the first slip I ran in the Discord. It's $125, a half unit play. Do not play more than half units on these, but half unit play. I put Ant-Man for 5 points with Wemby under 10.5. 125 pays $275, so $150 profit, a little over a double up. So I like this slip. I can see Ant-Man dropping a 3 and hitting a bucket. I can see him dropping 2 threes if you want to play 5.5 points. I can see that for sure. Ant-Man, to me, is going to be the best scorer on Team Stripes. We can come over here and look at their team. Anthony Edwards. I mean, Cade could definitely pop off. Devin Booker can. Now, Booker almost won the All-Star game. He just had the 3-point contest. I mean, all he had to do was hit one of his last 3 shots, and he choked. Dame takes it again. But Booker could have been there. Booker might come out here swinging because of that, for real. So Booker might be another good play right here at 4 points. Booker definitely would be a good play at 4 points if you want to play him over Cade. Now, I locked in Cade. Here's the second slip I locked in personally. And once again, I'm going to tell you guys, I had Wemby in this slip as well. So I doubled down on Wemby because I think his line's high, and this may not even load. But I'll show it in a second if it doesn't eventually load. Hold up. Let's try this again. Okay, so it's not going to want to load for me. But anyways, looking back, I think Booker at 3.5 points is better than Cade. I'm going to take this. This is what I would play. Now, I didn't, and I'm going to show you what I played right here. This is the slip that I played, the second one. It's Cade with Wemby. Looking at it now, I think Booker's the better play. Because Booker has a demon line on Prizepicks right now for 1.5 three-pointers made. And this wouldn't surprise me if he somehow cashed it. So if you're looking for like just a risky play for fun, I think Booker 1.5 threes is definitely is a line that he could hit. And I just think he's going to be feeling himself for almost winning the 3-point contest last night. He shot very, very well. And maybe he comes out here and drops a couple threes on us for fun. So I think he could hit them. I think there's definitely a shot that he cashes that line. And if you want to play it, you can. But realistically, guys, that's all I have. Very short video. There's 2 slips for you to run if you don't want to double down on Wemby. And what I'm going to say is, if you have a smaller bankroll, let's say like your bankroll is like $100 or less, I really don't recommend playing Wemby twice. He 100% can go over this line. I just think it's very high for 12 minutes. It's double every other player's. An example is Jokic. Like Joker is, his point line is what, like 4.5 or something? Yeah, 4.5 points for his regular line. You're telling me Wemby's is 2.5 times that? I just don't see it, man. I don't see it. So, I ran the under. If you think he goes over that, just play the over, man. Or you can play his goblin over, whatever you want to do. You could hedge it that way, play his goblin at like 7.5, because I think it does go down to 7.5. Yeah, you could play him for 8 points and hedge it and do it that way. But I just ran his under twice. I think 10.5 high. I think this line gets bumped down. I think we could see it at like 8.5 before the end of the day. That happened a lot with the Rising Stars plays. There were some Rising Stars plays that I locked in at like 4.5, and they went up to like 7. So be careful. This could go up to 13. You never know. Like we could get the opposite version of the bump. But this is kind of what I'm looking at, guys. So these are kind of the plays I like. I like Wemby for 10.5 points under. Siakam for an assist. Ant-Man for 5 points. Realistically, I think he's going to be one of the top scorers. I think Booker's going to be one of the top scorers. I showed you guys I played Cade at 3.5 points. I don't dislike this line. I just think Booker's is better. For both of them at 4 points, I think Booker's is better. I really do. But I locked in Cade. So if Booker chalks and Cade cashes, I'm sorry. You guys saw the slips I ran. And then I think Booker could drop 1.5 threes. This is my least favorite of all of them because it's going to be very risky. Booker could only shoot 2 threes. He might only shoot 1 3. He may shoot 0 threes. But he doesn't shoot a ton of volume for the 3-point line. But I do think there's some potential he gives us 2 threes. And for a demon line after coming off the 3-point contest, I could see it. I think that script could be there. But anyways, those are the plays I'm looking at for today. I don't not saying power play these or play them all together. You just kind of find some combos that you like, put them in a slip, and you can play them if you want. But that's really all I have for today, guys. So hope you guys have an awesome day. Go follow the Instagram. It's at Ryan Fantasy Aces. It shows it at the bottom of the screen, at the bottom corner. Go follow us. Get in on this ladder challenge. I'm expecting the cash day for today. Hopefully we'll be from up to like $70. Hopefully with this cash, and hopefully we can get us up to that 10K challenge. So the rules on the ladder challenge, by the way, is you can play any slip up to minus 500. As long as your slips average out to be minus 500, you're good. I've been doing like minus 300, so we're getting very high up there compared to where we should be. Most people in the ladder challenge will be at like $45 or something right now. We're at 52, and we're ahead of the game. So let's keep doing that. Let's have a good day, guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend. We don't have regular basketball till Thursday, so I'll try to do some college basketball videos or something like that. But just be prepared for some very sloppy videos if I do college basketball, because I haven't done college in a long time, and talking about it is not going to be my forte. But anyways, once again, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see y'all in the next video.